Hello. I want to talk about motivation and what I see on the internet. So many people unmotivated, not wanting to do anything, myself included. And this loneliness and this isolation and kind of desolate existence in most people is what I see. And I see that most people have a tremendous need for touch, and that is why older men take Viagra, because they think that the only way they can ever touch another living being is in the context of sexual relations and nothing else. And that's extremely sad for me to see. They also think that's expected from them to be still a full human being or man or living being or whatever. So, and all of this is making me very sad, to say the least. And it's just, it's just so incredibly twisted, and it's not true living. It's not the art of living. The art of living is to go with the flow, of course, but that's incredibly difficult for people who have an image of themselves as I am that big, strong man, in my prime, and I want society to think of me that I am potent or whatever. This is what people think. And then, so when they get older, this image of me being a strong man, all of the sudden that's being challenged with age and sickness and so on, and impotence particularly. That's like the biggest thing. And then they start to panic, and then they do all kinds of things like take medication for it, and women too. And all of this is so incredibly bypassing the meaning of life itself. It's a misunderstanding of what life should really be all about. So life should be about accepting oneself the way we are, with whatever we have. If someone has lost a leg in the Iraq war and they come back, first of all, they're traumatized, of course. So how do we help someone like this? But to lose a limb like that is a challenge to people's image that they have of themselves, and they often, because of that alone, they fall into a deep depression. It's this wanting to be this image, forever, always be this image, like have all of your limbs, which is good to have, but if something happens like that, then they fall into a deep abyss, and it doesn't need to be that way. They can accept it. See, this is what I would like to get at in my conversations, but chime in so we can have a conversation, because I want people to start thinking about this and not have a TV on in every room to drown it out, to drown out this realization and this awareness process and so on. Turn the TV off, turn the radio off, turn that Rush Limbaugh off, and start thinking. Start going within yourselves. And stop taking the shitty Viagra and all of this, or the Premarin created by pregnant horses that are made to suffer in some laboratories. Is that what you want? You want to inject suffering into your body? You're already eating suffering. How much more suffering do you want to put into your system? This is bypassing life. This is bypassing responsibility. It's bypassing taking care of yourself, your own well-being. And it's just a frenzy. Those are frenzy actions that are split off from the environment and from the life around us, and that are causing the world to go downhill. So if we want to be part of the solution, you have to quit all of that. And you have to get real, and you have to accept who you are and where you are at this moment in time. I'm 51. I'm getting older. I have back pain. Woke up with back pain today, and I put Dr. Schultz's deep tissue oil on it, which helped it immediately. It's amazing. The stuff is absolutely amazing. So there's wintergreen and cayenne pepper in it, and garlic and different things, and this is absolutely fantastic. It extinguishes all the infection or the inflammation or the soreness right away. It's really good for sport injuries too. But anyway, I have to accept that, yeah, once in a while I have lower back pain. I don't know, probably has to do with my posture, has to do with being overweight, going upstairs, being overweight. It's like carrying a 50-pound backpack all the time. It's not that easy on the spinal cord or the hips or the tailbone or the knees or the whatever is carrying you, your ankles and stuff. So it's very difficult, to say the least. And so it's just another reminder for me that I do need to lose weight. And even though I like being chubby, it's kind of like a safety cocoon for me. It has always been that way. But it's not a long-term solution, that's for sure. And also, being fat causes cholesterol and triglyceride levels to go way up. Even if it's fat that is not based on animal products. So if we just eat way too much and we don't exercise, then that's not good. It creates a stressful situation in the system. But anyway, I have to accept this is where I am, and then I have to do an inventory, like I said yesterday. We have to check and see what do we have available, how can we work with that, what we have. And I'm not perfect. I also suffer a lot psychologically, almost all the time, because of the animal rights, because of my own past. I have PTSD, obviously, and it carries itself into the entire lifespan. It's really horrible. But again, whatever we have, this is what I have, this is my situation. Let me see what I can do with it. Let me see how I can work with it to move forward. Not just to make my life easier, which is also, of course, it's always strategizing, and planning to make things easier for us all. But it's even more to be a productive helper, to be part of the solution. And all of this ties into it ultimately, is even the skin cream you put on your face ties into this process of whether you are part of the problem or part of the solution. I've already talked about this in my other videos. That's why I recommend using only 100% natural products like those by Veleda and Dr. Hauschka, this is absolutely critical that people buy the right products, because if you buy the wrong products, if you buy petrochemical products, I'm not going to name any names right now for different reasons, but that doesn't really help. Go to PETA website. They have the bad list and they have the good list. So for dog food, skin creams, body products, clothing, and so on, fashion designers, and so on. So very important to look at those lists and to see whether your products are on the bad list or on the good list. So phase out the bad stuff if you want to be part of the solution. It's very important. It's also at the same time will be better for you, for your entire energetic interior field and exterior, for your, as Rudolf Steiner calls it, the astral body, which is the energy field that surrounds your body, and that is also emitted by your body. We are energy. Our bodies create energy, and the energy can be affected. It can be depressed by the wrong things, by things that are created on cost of other life, of other living beings, animals or humans. So that's why you want to phase out all the stuff that is causing suffering in some way, in some form. So how can we make our lives better? This is such a complex question and encompasses really the entire globe and beyond. There are some people beyond too already. So, I mean, in space. I don't mean like beyond life, but there are some astronauts out there already. So pretty soon some people will be on Mars and starting to do the terraforming process, which is already planned and everything. So for us all beings, maybe all beings in infinity, because there are probably some more beings out there somewhere that have not evolved here on this planet. So, but evolved on another planet, and it's possible that they are similar, and even if they're not similar, I'm thinking about all infinite. All doesn't exist, the word, but infinite, the infinite existence everywhere. So how can we make it better, How can we think farther instead of just thinking about the panic situation right now, like the man who gets older and who thinks he has to take Viagra that has been tested on animals and that is all around horrible and just dampens his energetic field and just makes him even more insensitive and crude. So we need to move in the other direction. So instead of being in the panic and choosing something out of a panic situation. Anyway, so let's try to find solutions and make things better, okay? Take care, bye-bye.